Yes, I would. I would stop.
You would ban all Muslims?
I would temporarily halt Muslim immigration to this country.
Are you Islamophobic?
There's no such word as Islamophobia.
Stand rats off our streets! Stand rats off our streets!
Show some damn respect for people's religious beliefs, right?
I should show some respect for a book that incites murder against me.
Put it down.
Accused of being violent racist.
I'm quoting previous, some of the best leaders in this country.
You're sounding like a bigoted lunatic.
No, I'm not.
What are we doing today?
Well, today I've got something very special planned actually. So we are going and interviewing an EDL member, one of Tommy Robinson's boys.
And how have we got hold of them?
Through email.
Where's my tea?
Was a very tough man to get a hold of.
Did you just Google his email?
As simple as that, I guess.
His TV hitting.
Let me turn my PlayStation off actually, because that's fucking...
Fan.
Oh.
What?
Here we go.
What?
Just got an email back.
Saying?
John. He said he can do tomorrow, the 7th of May.
What time?
12:30. Mate, it's happening.
Where?
It's happening.
Where? Interviewing him for, like, what's the point?
Just to find out why he believes in what he believes, I guess.
What's that man's name? Tony what?
Tommy Robinson. So basically, Tommy is like the leader of the EDL, and he just created this massive like anti-Islamic movement. And this guy is obviously all for it. They've been going for like 10 years.
I swear it's a bit extreme though.
Now, extreme is not a word I want to associate with Tommy in the EDL, although he has been caught on video a few times getting into a spot of bother.
What are you doing?
I clicked on the About Us part here, and they seem to stand for, you know, they have a good agenda, but obviously you read in between the lines, and they are Islamophobic to the max. I don't think you can get anything else. The EDL claim to stand for human rights, democracy, the rule of law, education to the British public about Islam and English tradition. As against Islam as these guys here.
Well, the thing is, there are some points that I would agree with.
Some of this stuff...
As in, before they actually go out and preach what they're saying.
We're peaceful, we are committed to non-violence.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that that's not the case, like...
Well, they're the kind of people to be violent, and then when there's violence against them, they're like, whoa,
yeah, stop.
we're not about violence.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, come on.
We're
peacemakers.
And here, so it says, we promote a balanced depiction of Islam as a religion and ideology. When I've seen many things with Tommy and EDL members, and I don't think any of them know.
So are any of them actually Islamic themselves?
No, of course not.
So how can they promote Islam if they're not?
But they're not promoting Islam.
It says we promote a balanced depiction of Islam.
one of the things here, which I do like about the EDL, one of the few things I do like is, as they state here, we support our armed forces, which is true. They do a lot of charity work with veterans and current soldiers, but that's really about it, to be honest. They don't really do much else for communities or anything.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow at 12 then.
Yeah.
Just hit me up when and where,
Yeah.
but I'll make sure I'm here on time.
Alright.
Sweet, in a bit.
See you tomorrow.
In a bit.
See you tomorrow.
Through research online, it was clear that the EDL are not liked by many. I thought that interviewing a member of the group would give me a new positive insight into something that is often presented so badly.
I'll come a little bit closer to the camera.
You want to both be in it, don't you?
Yeah.
Right.
So we've turned up today. We're supposed to be meeting John at 12:30, and the time now is 2:25. He just hasn't shown up. We're where we're supposed to be meeting. We've driven around the area. He just hasn't turned up. So thankfully we do actually have an interview planned with a member of the local college who has used the Prevent agenda. So we jumped from being a part of the EDL to now deterring people from joining the EDL. But yeah, John really threw a spanner in the works actually. We thought that he would be turning up, but he said he would. He said he would, sent the email, and he just obviously didn't think it was appropriate or necessary. I don't know what he was thinking, but he's just not here, so yeah. Long recording, different shots, different angles, you know. But yeah. So right now we're waiting on Max, who's been in this college for 3 years, I believe he said. And the reason why Max is so significant is because he's used the Prevent agenda before, and he's reported someone successfully to the Prevent agenda. So I thought that we'd get an interview with Max just to see how the whole process went. But yeah.
Prevent is one of the 4 levels of counter-terrorism set up by the government known as Contest. The other levels are Protect, Prepare and Pursue. Prevent is the level in which they enforce education and is considered the lowest level. Although it has had its negatives, I wanted to interview Max to find out how it has benefited him and his classmates.
Max, thank you for coming and sit down with me today.
It's all right, no worries, no problem.
So through email you told me that you had been a student here for 3 years, and you had used the Prevent agenda, all the posters set up and whatnot, to prevent recruitment. Do you mind telling me how that went and the process of doing that and how that came about?
Right, well, it all started really. There was this boy in our class, just about 2 years into college, I'd say. He was in our class, and he started mixing a lot less with the rest of the class, and you know, we kind of, I don't know, we found out that he's been looking at some stuff online, whatever, to do with the EDL. So he's been going on their website and stuff. We sort of thought that this isn't good, and in the sort of wake of Prevent, we thought that this would probably come under the umbrella of someone who's becoming an extremist.
So one of the things that I noticed as well is he was actually approached by the lecturers before the Prevent agenda and their scheme, and his reaction. Can you run me through his reaction and how he reacted to being sort of exposed for his views? And
it was open in the class. Most people knew about it by this point, and the lecturers talked to him, and he was quite he acted quite angrily, I would say. he kind of thought that we were being unreasonable, that he just had his views and everyone's allowed their views, and it was kind of freedom of speech. And he said we were kind of trying to shut down his political views rather than prevent him from holding extreme views that might cause him to be a danger to society. So, I mean, yeah, he thought that we were being unreasonable, and he did lash out a little bit after we tried to help him, I'd say.
So after he obviously reacted badly, do you have any information on this boy now? Where is he? What's he getting up to?
Right, so I'm not sure what exactly the process was of Prevent and how, you know, he interacted with it, but he left the college, and from what I've heard, he's changed back to the normal kind of guy that we knew before. He's, you know, reasonable. I haven't seen him since, but he apparently he's just integrated into society pretty well. So I guess for that reason I would say Prevent's pretty important, because we stopped someone from going down that path of extremism, and, you know, he didn't end up hurting anybody, so it was a good thing, really.
So just talking to Max there about the whole Prevent agenda thing, it's scary to think that people are my age and younger that are being approached by these extreme groups, and just that story alone, and especially when I first came to college, there was posters around prevent, and it is a big thing. I know, especially more towards London and up north, but down here it's definitely growing, and it just goes to show that anyone is at risk. So the Prevent agenda is a serious thing. It is working, and it does work, and people need to start using it, because as you can see, people are being affected. It's affecting lives, and it's a really positive scheme, actually. So the process of the documentary was very enlightening for me, as it was a personal journey. Did it change my opinion on the EDL? No. But did it give me a better understanding of what they believe in? Kind of. If anything, John not turning up was a large enough statement on their behalf. And for the rise in teenage recruitment, it is a very serious issue that I did not know about until researching into the topic. I'm glad there are schemes to help prevent it. If anyone you know may be at risk, please feel free to use one of the helplines below. Thank you.